Hey guys, Mike Holmes here with the Real University. As you know, Real simply stands for Renewing Excellence and Advancing Leadership. And tonight what we're going to do is we're going to dive into the first part of phase one, right? We're going to be talking about 5 things that you can do right away that's going to increase your cash flow without you having to worry about selling things like not another pill, potion, lotion, wrap, or a tea, right? Or getting a second job, okay? So what we're going to do is right beforehand, we're going to go into always a couple of testimonial videos, and we'll go right after this.
Who says that's worth anything?
The government says it's worth
okay, the government, right?
And they sanction it that the dollar's worth a dollar all through the U.S.
100%.
Correct.
But nothing backs the dollar. The U.S. got no natural resource that backs that dollar, my brother. Now, what they do have back it is the military.
Okay.
That's who backs the dollar. But U.S. ain't got nothing that backs the dollar.
Hey, as you can see, what we're talking about today is the dollar. As he was saying, it's very simple, right? What we have is fiat money, and what we need to do is start doing things that's going to be more impactful, okay? Because the money that is circulating right now, if you look at your dollar, it simply says what? It is a debt. Okay, it is a debt, and that's what you see on the front of your dollar. Okay, and it's because there is nothing backing the dollar any longer. Okay, and they call that fiat money. And we're going to go into a lot of different things, but if you're going to have any success in a society that's built around capitalism, right, which is built around the attraction, the buildup of cash flow, then you have to do something about understanding what your money is doing. Okay, you have to do something more than just go to work and hope that your 401k is going to put yourself in a good position. Okay, and let me show you something as well so you can see a little bit more about what I'm talking about too. Because we got to put 2 and 2 together, right? Sometimes we come up with 4, right? And really and truly, we really need to be coming up with 11, okay?
Hey, what's going on, family? It's yours truly, Nick Woodard, checking in with you. Another amazing day. Hey, real quick, I want to just share my personal testimony on how my econ, the personal financial success company, has helped change me and my family's life, right? So before my econ, I was living not even paycheck to paycheck. I was living getting paid Friday to being broke on Monday, right? I had credit cards maxed out. I was in debt up to my neck and was clueless about money. So I was introduced to this opportunity by my personal mentor, Mr. Terrence Hill, the founder of the Financial Blueprint Academy, because we believe in giving people a financial peace of mind, right? And he shared this information with me, and based off the first strategy when it comes to cash flow management, I was able to legally adjust my W-4 form as well as my wife's, and we income shifted an extra $700 back into our household each and every month, right? And we took the new cash flow and put it towards our debt. And up to today's date, we have snowballed over $50,000 in debt at the government's expense, right? And on top of that, we have actually cash flowed just over $100,000 by applying these strategies. So I encourage each and every one of you to reach out to anyone you hear who is talking about personal financial success, representing my econ, because we're all about changing lives and we want to welcome you to the financial journey. Have a blessed one. Peace.
Okay, so guys, what we're trying to do is to understand how the money works, because so many times or if you're doing anything like I was doing, is running after the bag. You're running after the income, right? You're going after the next pill, potion, lotion, right? The next hot thing, whatever that may be. And if you don't know, now the day is here so that you can know there are 5 things that you can do right away that you can do and increase your cash flow, okay? And see, what we got to do is get to a place to where our money is getting employed. Right? We got to get to a place to where we don't have to sell so many trinkets to make the income. We got to get to a place to where we are actually creating assets so that the assets will then take care of our expenses. See, once we get to that understanding, then the process changes. Then we can actually fulfill our purpose because we're not steady going into the job for 40 hours or the 50 hours. Not saying that the job is not your purpose. If the job is your purpose, then that's fine, right? That is exactly where you want to be. But also you want to get to a place to where you are creating options, okay? Because if the job is your purpose and you do not own the job, then your purpose can be taken away from you. So I really suggest that you think again if you think that your purpose is connected to that particular job that you do not own, okay? Because the thing is, you have to have your choices and options when you are having a purpose, right? So when your purpose calls you to X, Y, and Z, your purpose calls you to relocate geographically, right? What is your purpose calling you to do? If you do not have your money in a place to where it's behaving like you told it to do, so that it's actually producing more babies or more what? Assets that's going to produce more cash, then you're in a position of always having to be robbing Peter to pay Paul. Or sometimes it's like I see a lot of people to where, like I was as well, when you have a lot of income, you don't necessarily worry about the struggles that could come, right? So as long as you have enough income to take over expenses, then a lot of times we don't care about exactly how money works. See, it comes time to understand the difference between your cash flow and your income. Your income is a place to where you're getting this check, or you're getting this steady amount of money that's coming in because you're trading your time for a certain amount of hours, right? And see, what that causes us to do is we have that and we know that that's coming in. So a lot of times we don't have the strategies or the discipline to create certain habits. So what that ends up doing is we depend on the income. And you hear a lot of people say, I have too much month at the end of my money, right? And I'm also caught in the rat race, right? I'm robbing Peter to pay Paul, right? And other idioms and things like that. See, what we got to do is get to the point to where the money is causing the creation of more money. You see, when you get to a place to where you understand that there's only two things that you're running after, and those two things are going to be your right now lifestyle, and it's going to be your your future lifestyle, right? It's going to be your shelter. It's going to be clothing. It's going to be taking care of the kids, right? And your future lifestyle. It's going to be the education for the children. It's going to be your retirement. It's going to be the inheritance that you're leaving for the children's children, right? Because you don't want them to have to take off from the stump or the mud where we had to take off from, right? We want to leave them in a better position so they can take off from our shoulders. So, but if we don't know how the money works, all we can do is say, work hard and hope for the best. Okay. And when we just doing that and say, work hard and hope for the best, then that's why we end up over the last 50, 60, 70, 80, 100 years in the same position. Okay. So at some point in time, we also still got to realize even that we've come to a upper middle class or the wealthy class, or so to say, or I put it this way, the rich class. It is simply because we have now different degrees. Okay, we've understood different types of strategies, right? But that still have us just dependent upon a certain amount of income. You see, if you are living and you're making, say, for instance, $1 million a year, right? So now your expenses are, you can take care of them with no problem. But you have $2 million in expenses per year. Okay, so you're always scrambling, but it looks like, hey, I got a lot of money coming in, right? And see, what happens is now, if that stops, see, that was your income. It wasn't cash flow. So what happens is you have to start turning the income into an asset. Then the asset will then produce cash flow on its own. You see what I'm saying? Now it's not dependent upon you exchanging your time for dollars. Your money is at work, okay? When you understand this process, then you don't have to be on a particular job for the next 20 years, if you're the 30 years, if you're at that age, right? And if you understand these concepts as well, you can also speed up the concepts. You can add cash flow. You can also multiply cash flow, and you can also geometrically, exponentially grow rather your cash flow. Okay, so you can create many different multiple streams of income, right? But it's all based upon the things that you know. See, right now, what we know, let's say, let's go with the person that's bagging groceries, right? That person has enough knowledge to take and put the cans right on the bottom and at least put the bread on the top, right? That's the limit of the education that that person has, right? So now that's the type of problem that that individual can solve. Okay, see, now when you come and you want to create, say for instance, a better lifestyle, then you have to get to a point to where you're solving greater problems, which means that you have to know more things. You see what I'm saying? Because it's always the informed that's taking advantage, or I won't say taking advantage, but the uninformed are always the victims. Okay. But when you become informed, you're able to make better decisions. Okay. And so now when you put those two things together, you're able to put what you desire in place, right? So let's take a look. Let me get this out of the way. Let's take a look at the phases of our system, okay? Because when you start to look, and what we're doing today, our goal is to show you the first step, right? The first beginning of the phase. Because when you complete the steps, the phases that we have listed for you, that the goal is to make you a residual cash flow millionaire, right? But we have a first phase that you get through, which is check to check freedom, right? You have to understand the ins and outs of income shifting. And then we have the second phase, which is leveraged credit, right? And let's go into, so you can see those different ones. And then the third phase is going to be the phase where you become the 10x cash flow, right? 10 times your cash flow. And we show you real estate and the how to invest like the pros. Okay, so let's get into that. Let me blow up, and so you can see those individual pieces. Okay. All right. So the goal, of course, as we say, is growth, success, right? Through your business. It doesn't matter which business that is. It could be just your home-based business. It doesn't matter, right? The goal is to get to your place of the cash flow millionaire transformation. Okay. We want to get you to a place to where you are cash flowing 6 figures yearly. Okay. Now that process, it can be done on the outside of this, of course, but you've already seen how that process goes, right? We won't even dive into that, all right? So the goal is to show you through the real university, the real you, how to become the real you, simply renewing excellence and advancing leadership, okay? And over the next few minutes, you will see an outline of the exact steps on what to do to pursue your purpose with ease, not somebody else's dream, not somebody else's vision, but your purpose, right? And as we have put together, right, within the Real University over the last 30 years of me being self-employed, and also the individuals that are professionals that are a part of our system as well that will be there to help mentor you, what we've noticed is 3 things that's been a problem, the hindering success. The first one is the major, it's mindset, how we think. The second is the actions, right? Because if we don't think the right way, then the actions definitely won't correspond to a right way, right? And then the next thing is cash flow. When you have the corresponding thoughts and the actions, sometimes the cash flow, right? No, all the time, the cash flow is the next hindrance to pursuing your purpose, right? So what we want to do is show you that there's financial freedom ahead. And there's 3 phases for any person. You don't have to be say, Mike, well, I don't want to have 6 figures, or you really be thinking in the back of your mind, maybe, hey, I really am not going to put in the effort, right, to create the 6 figures. And I know that. Or I may not just have the time. I'm okay with the job I have over here. I just need additional choices and options, right, to create additional cash flow, right? So either one, we can show you. The first phase is that check to check freedom, is to help you create an extra $500 to $1,500 a month. The next is the leverage credit system. Okay, that is to help you to create an extra $2,000 to $3,000 a month. The next is the 10 times the cash flow system, right? A lot of people say, they create cash flow from this, cash flow from that. We show you hidden strategies to 10 times the cash flow that others have not even tried before, right? And that will bring you to $3,500 to $6,000 a month upon your what? Mindset and your actions, right? It's all dependent upon your actions. This is not guaranteed, but only if you have corresponding actions, okay? So let's look at it. Let's build the house, right? Because we're talking about how we teach investing like the pros. And our first love, or my first love, and what we surround that around is house. I love investing, right? So the first, the bottom, the foundation, cash flow management, business income, and investment income. Teach you those three levels. Next thing, personal credit, business credit, and then leverage credit. Okay. And then the third is to research and acquisition, the repair and the rehab, and then renewing excellence and advancing leadership. You accomplish and fill in all the levels of your home. You are now a six figure cash flow residual millionaire. That is a six-figure cash flow residual millionaire. Because just like anything else, you go through the steps. A lot of times people say, give me this, and they think it's automatically going to change their life. We're giving you a system to transform you from where you are to where you want to be, okay? So phase A is check-to-check freedom. Let's break that down. And we give you frameworks for each phase. And each phase may not be for everyone. You can choose to go to your phase A, phase B, or phase C, okay? It's totally up to you. Remember how we talked in the beginning. It all depends on the cash flow goals that you have per month, okay? And within that framework, check-to-check freedom, that's your cash flow management, that's your business income, and then investment income, right? We show you the three pillars that's going to be your foundation for that house, right? And the breakdown of your cash flow management, right? We're going to show you the 5 things. Remember what we talked about at the beginning, the 5 steps, so the 5 things you can do to increase your cash flow. We show you an instant cash flow increase strategy. We show you how to minimize your tax strategies using a tracking or cash flow management system. We show you the get out of debt strategy, how to what is that? The debt snowball system you may have heard, but we have a way to show you how to get out of debt quicker, faster, and a lot more simpler than you probably had thought. And then 4, building credit, personal and business credit strategy, right? And then the next is invest like the pros, all right? See, these 5 things will increase your cash flow, okay? And so we also give you the strategies, the software, and the solutions that come with this, with your complete transformation. So our step 2 is business income, right? And your business income, as you break that down, that's discovering your number 1 asset. What is that thing that you that already have that you probably don't know, right? Number 2, we're going to give you the complete system, the roadmap from gold to platinum to infinity, right? And we're going to show you a referral process that will create for you income and cash flow as well. And number 3, creating customers or clients and the lead generation and brand management, right? Showing you how to create your target demographic, showing you how to make sure you understand funnels, maybe, whatever that thing is that you need. We have levels of the lead generation, right? Excuse me there. So in step 3, as we break that down, that's the investment income, right? So we teach you the terminology, definitions, how to become a cash flow strategist, and then also how to use the rule of 72 to energize your cash flow. Number 3, what are the 5 P's to increasing your leveraged income, right? So we will give you all the steps in between. So when you are finished, you are completely transformed just by going through phase 1, all right? So phase B or phase 2, either one. So this is our leverage credit system, right? So this is where those individuals want to take it up to another level. They just want to add income. Now they want to multiply, right, their cash flow. And of course, the framework: personal credit, business credit, and leverage credit. And as we break those individuals down, the personal credit portion, right? We understand and show you how to implement the My Credit system, and that's for repair and restoration. And then also teaching you credit tips and hacks, and then little and hidden known or little known credit strategies. Okay, hidden and little known credit strategies. So each one of these areas is for you to produce the information that you need to be credible, to get over any hump that may be coming at your way. All right? The number 5 is business credit. We're going to show you how to establish your EIN and LLCs properly, the vendor lines and net accounts as well. Then also establishing funding and financing for your businesses, okay? Because there's no need to have the right mindset, the right actions, and you don't have any cash flow, right? So we're going to show you how to leverage those things so you can get what? Established funding and financing. We're going to also give you a bonus for those individuals that want to understand the complete process. We're going to show you how to create the real you perpetual system, okay? And that is going to show you how to create LLC after LLC. It's going to give you protection and security as well for you and your businesses. Okay. And step 6 within that, leverage credit. This is the last one of the leverage credit system. And the 3 things, the components on this is leveraging credit to pursue your individual purposes, how to create it so that you're not dependent upon your social security number, so that you're not dependent upon one simple form of income, right? Number 2, how to use and maintain the newfound credit that you have. Number 3, why will your 10% of your cash flow will be more powerful than most people's 100%. So I'm going to show you how your 10% can be more powerful when invested properly, when leveraged properly, than most people's 100%. Okay, so that's going to be a big step there. Phase C, into our residual cash flow millionaire. Phase C is the 10x cash flow system. Right? So when you add these things together, you are a residual cash flow millionaire. But like I said before, everybody may not need, want, or desire to go that far. Okay, so you can choose 1, 2, 3, phase A, phase B, or phase C. Okay, so phase C, the 10x cash flow system, and that framework is the research, repair, and the renewing excellence of the houses. All right, because we're investing like pros. Okay, so that breakdown of that framework, the research portion, the one formula that you'll need to know that's going to produce your 6-figure cash flow. Number 2, the many ways that I'll teach you to acquire real estate investments. Number 3, already used and proven scripts and documents that all you have to do is put them to work. Okay, now step 8. That's the repair portion. And that is broken down. It's how to easily, quickly, and quickly estimate your repairs. Then how to establish your professional teams. Number 3 is how to have multiple projects going on at the same time by using the Real You frameworks. Okay. So now as we put those things together, you can see the last process of how to renew excellence and how this is going to 10x your cash flow, how this is going to get you to a 6-figure residual millionaire. Okay? Now, this is going to create intentional homes for renewing excellence. The goal of this is to service your community. Number 2, how to establish group economic teams for your communities across the nation without taking any more of your time. And number 3, how to create 10x to 100x residual or passive cash flow now and for generations to come, right? So I'll show you how to establish that. What is that? And what are we using to establish that? Okay. So as you put these things together, like I say, everybody doesn't need all three, right? Some may say, hey, Mike, I'm good and graduating on phase one. Check to check freedom, right? That's understanding your cash flow management, where every dollar has a destination. Understanding business income, because you need a 1099 to lower your taxes, right? Then number three, investment income. Understanding the terms and definitions so that when you talk to others, yeah, or maybe your T. Rowe Price, or you're talking to an insurance person, right? Whatever that may be, now you understand terminology, definitions, then when they are managing your funds or cash flow, okay? Then some may say, Mike, that's good, but I want more. The leverage credit system, right? This is going to help you to leverage yourself to pursue your purpose. It's where you're understanding personal credit, business credit, and investing credit, right? Leveraging credit, right? So when you understand these lines, now you're in a point to where you're leveraging your credit to pursue your individual purpose, no matter what that may be. Okay. Then there are some that say, Mike, hey, I want to join in and keep on going with you. I can do all those things. And you're saying that it won't take any more time. I want to go ahead and 10x my cash flow. So, right, that's phase C, it's 10x cash flow system. And we're going to teach you the research, how to recognize the deals, how to acquire the deals, repair, how to produce your teams, how to understand what is required. And then, of course, renewing excellence and advancing leadership, how to make that house into an intentional home, okay? And this will make you into a residual cash flow millionaire, right? So these steps will help you to have the foundation needed where you don't have to worry about getting a second job or going in and selling something that you may not desire, like another pill, potion, lotion, wrap, or a tea. Nothing's wrong with any of those two things, right? But the thing is, for those that want to understand that you can do the thing that you desire, that purpose that you desire to be pursued by you, what you were born to do, what you were placed on this earth to do, now you're going to have the cash flow to be able to do that, okay? There are three levels, like we discussed, for any person and their purpose, no matter what that may be. So let's go ahead and schedule a day and time for your personalized cash flow plan, right? And then let's determine whether phase 1, 2, or 3 is perfect for your purpose. So that now you can set you on your individual plan for your personal financial success today, no matter what that is. You see, now at this time, you have a choice. You can say, hey, I saw an opportunity to do everything that I wanted to do. And I thought, well, maybe not now for some reason. Okay. What we want to do is prepare you for that thing that you want to do. We don't want to give you another goal. We don't want to give you another purpose. We don't want to give you anything but the fuel to be able to pursue your purpose. Okay. So your next actions for you to take to become the real you, and be a part of the real university, is that this was created in pure curiosity. Are you interested in working for yourself and your purpose? Or would you rather have someone else calling all the shots? Would it be okay if you would take 15 minutes or so to talk about just another option? If so, click the link in the description or somewhere around the presentation that you're seeing tonight or today, if you're seeing a replay. And then let's schedule your time today. And let's take advantage of the real you. Let's unleash the real you. And when we get to that point, we get to that plan in our lives, add to there, remove that. There we go. So when we get to that point in our lives where we're sick and tired of being sick and tired, we're sick and tired of making the excuses. We're sick and tired of hearing the excuses. We're sick and tired of being told that we can go on vacation, or we're sick and tired of saying we can't go on vacation, or we're sick and tired of them telling us that we have to do it a certain way when we see that others are not doing it that way, right? So whatever the situation is, because the jobs were potentially designed to pay you enough so that you won't quit. And then also so that you will work just hard enough so that you won't get fired, right? And so what we want to do is I want to get you onto the point to where you want to change creeds as I say goodbye right now. And the creed that you were on, it could have been that hope creed. You say, hey, I hope they give me that time off, or I hope I can take this break at this time, or I hope I can leave and go to my PTA meeting, or I hope that the job gives me what I'm asking for. Or you can get to a point to where you're creating an extra 500, an extra couple $1,000s in cash flow, and that you're creating emergency funds, and you're creating for you extra options, and you're creating for you investments, so that you can then live on a wish creed, right? You get to a point you say, hey, I wish they would tell me that I couldn't retire when I wanted to. I wish they would tell me that I can't go to my child's presentation or graduation. I wish they could. They wish they would tell me that I can't go to the bathroom. I'm waiting on that day. So I'm going to clock out, and because I got all my assets in place and I do not need them any longer, right? So guys, I want to leave that with you, and I'll see you on the other side of purpose, because this side is too easy. Come up out of your purpose, because so that you can jump up out of your comfort zone, right? Come up out of your comfort zone so that you can jump into your purpose, rather, because this is just too easy. Aren't you tired of Cadillacing through life? Let's go ahead and get in that Jeep. Let's go ahead and become a trailblazer, so that our family, that our children, cousins, aunts, they won't have to go through the same thing that we went through, okay? So guys, once again, this is Michael Holmes, and it's been real. And that's renewing excellence and advancing leadership. Talk to you on the other side of purpose. Peace.
Dollar. Who says that's worth anything?
The government says it's worth
okay,
a dollar.
the government, right?
Right, and they sanction it that the dollar's worth a dollar all through the U.S.
100%.
Correct.
But nothing backs the dollar. The U.S. ain't got no natural resource that backs that dollar, my brother. Now, what they do have to back it is the military.
Okay.
That's who backs the dollar. But U.S. ain't got nothing that backs a dollar.